Hey everyone, my name is Steve with Spectrum Sports Performance. Just starting a new blog series real quick. We're just talking about proper warm-ups. And so the question was brought up a couple of days ago in an email that I got was, okay, hey, I got this linear day plan about some of the stuff that we've gone over in previous blogs, but how do I get prepped for that? Well, the question has always been like, how do I properly warm up? You know, if you think about for athletes, from an athlete perspective, a lot of warm-ups out there, people going to the gym and they're hopping on a treadmill or they're hopping on a bike and they're doing 5 minutes, and maybe they're statically stretching a bunch of areas. Not saying that stuff is bad, but for an athlete who's getting ready to run, cut, sprint, and then eventually lift, Olympic lifting, strength lifting, all this type of stuff, the warm-up needs to be much more than that. It needs to be more dynamic. We need to get muscles firing in certain areas that we need to have fired later. We need to start thinking about teaching certain components of what I want to get across later in the warm-up, and also get the blood flow and get the musculature elongated. Take the body through ranges of motion that you're going to be asking it to do later. So it makes sense, right? Also get the nervous system woken up too is a big one that we don't do sitting on a bike and we don't do statically stretching, right? So I'm asking an athlete to do something dynamic like change direction, turn and run, or just sprint straight ahead. They need to be woken up mentally and through the nervous system as well too, okay? So our focus today is just on linear movement. So think about sprinting straight ahead as the easiest way to talk about it, okay? So picture somebody sprinting, right? We obviously, things that we need to do, we've talked about in previous blogs, are maintaining tall posture, firing through the midsection as I'm running, firing through the glutes as I strike the ground, hitting the ground with power, driving out, being aggressive, and obviously good arms. So those are all the things that we need to address that we're going to go ahead and address in the warm-up. So we need to talk about these things. We'll tackle them in the warm-up. So I'm going to bring in Angel right now, and we're going to start. So picture that he's just starting. He came in for his acceleration day. He's cold, right? It's freezing outside, or whatever. So he comes inside. Go ahead and lay down on your back for me real quick, Angel. We're now just going to have him do a core exercise, mainly designed to get his glutes firing, midsection firing, and also elongate his hip flexors, right? Because if his hip flexors are tight, it's going to inhibit the ability to get his knee up and also make it tough to squeeze through the glutes. So many people have tight hip flexors and poor glute control. Also, a lot of people have poor time controlling through their midsection because maybe they're anteriorly tilted or there's some issue going on through that. So this simple warm-up is called a glute bridge, and our whole idea, like I said, stretch hip flexors, fire glutes, fire midsection, and get all these areas kind of woken up so they'll respond later in the workout. So he's going to dig his heels in the ground, as you can see. We're going to pull his toes up, just dorsiflex them real quick, making sure his knees are in line. So from a coaching standpoint, I don't want his knees to cave in or flare out, just stay in line. And he's going to suck in his belly button, put his hands by his hips, fire through his glutes, and he's going to lift his hips up in the air until he gets a straight line from knee to his shoulder. So he's firing through here and through here. Go ahead and do 8 reps, nice and slow for me. So he's going to go slow. Each time he's flexing and contracting, we want to make sure he's not overarching when he gets to the top. So I'm looking down here to make sure he's not extending. He's going to do 8 reps, and I'll hold the last one. On that last one, he's going to get a nice good flex through here, and he's going to go ahead and just get a nice good stretch to those hip flexors. Just go ahead and hold it right on this next one for me. Good, back up. And he's going to hold it right here. We'll go 30 seconds, flexing, making sure he's stretching. I'll make sure that he understands where he should be flexing. Okay? Go ahead and get to your feet real quick for me. So now he's woken up through here, right? He's tight, stretched through here. We're going to continue on that whole stretching theme and take him through some dynamic flexibility real quick. So as opposed to static stretching where he just holds it for a period of time, we want to get his muscles elongated and then back and take them through ranges of motion. So he's going to turn around and face this wall down here, and he's going to do an elbow to instep stretch. We call it a Spider-Man here. So he's going to step out with his right leg, take a big huge step out for me, left hand on the ground, right elbow against his calf, and when he's here, I want to be nice and flat through here. He's going to make sure he's straight through here, flexing his quads, so he's stretching his hip flexor on this side, and he's flexing his glute on this side, as well as his midsection. He's going to hold for 2 to 5 seconds, no longer than that. Okay, go ahead and stand up, and we'll just do the other side for me real quick. So follow me with the camera, other side now. You can see a nice good stretch through here. Once again, holding 2 to 5 seconds. Go ahead and stand up real quick. Let's just turn around. We'll do 2 more coming back towards that camera. Once again, big step out. But what are we looking for, right? Straight through here, flexing through here, it's tight through here, hold it, open up. 1 more, step up. And holding and squeezing. Good, go ahead and relax. So that's aimed at elongating certain musculature, and as well as getting a stretch in that front leg. The idea is once again to get the muscles warmed up, elongated, right? We want blood flow moving the whole time because I'm going to ask him to sprint later, right? Okay, last thing we're going to do in this warm-up is some dynamic movement. So we're going to start cranking up the dial a little bit and really get him going. So he's going to start on this cone right here. So go ahead and start on the cone. Let's face that wall there for me, Angel. He's going to go ahead and just do a march. So we call this a pillar march. Pillar just refers to his body. Nice and tall like a pillar, okay? So go ahead and march in place for me. We see his knees coming up, which he needs to have when he runs later. We see his toes come up, so he has a flat surface, dorsiflexion when he runs. And we see good arms. Go ahead and relax for a second. I'm gonna have him just turn and face the camera so you guys can see it. Once again, go ahead and go. He's nice and tall in his posture. He's not leaning forward at all. Good elbow drive. We see knees and toes coming up. And he's squeezing through his midsection and his glutes as he hits the ground with that foot. Okay, go ahead and relax. So from this point, we're going to be working linear, right? We're going to go straight ahead. So now I'm going to have him face this wall, march in place, and then march it forward. Okay, go ahead and march in place. Once again, squeezing midsection, squeezing glutes. Nice tall chest. Good elbow drive. He's going to take it forward about 10 yards. We'll just keep the camera on me. And relax, and Angel. Go ahead and bring it back for us. Just walk it back. So that's a march. So now I want to ramp it up even more, make it more dynamic, right? So you notice when his foot hits the ground, we all hear a little pop, right? That's because he's taught to strike the ground with force. Just like when you're sprinting. If you don't sprint with force, we're going to have a hard time getting anywhere fast. So now he's going to go ahead and amp it up and go to a skip. So let's go ahead and just face this wall again. He's going to start by marching in place to get a good rhythm down. And now he's going to skip in place and attack the ground. Punch the ground real hard, a little faster. Good. Chest real tall, chest real tall. Go ahead and relax. Let's face the camera so you can see it there. March in place for me. And now skip it in place, attack that ground, chest is real tall, and we can hear the force, right? Just more force production. Go ahead and relax. Once again, he's going to go linear with it, so I'll have him just go ahead and march in place, and now skip in place, and now skip it forward. And good, relax, perfect. Okay, great, thanks, Angel. So now he's ready to go, right? We've got him warmed up, we've got his nervous system woken up, he understands several components of what I'm going to want him to do later when he's sprinting. Good arms, tall pillar, tight through here, flexing the glutes, striking the ground with force. All those things are to teach him what I want to see him do when I put him through a linear acceleration day. Real quick, once again, the glute bridge, we did 1 set, 8 reps, hold 30 seconds. With his stretching, that elbow to instep, we want to do about 4 on each side, and that march and skip, about 2 sets, 10 yards, probably down and back, just to get him nice and warmed up. Okay, so next time, we'll talk about moving multi-directions. Thanks for tuning in.